The thing with cyberbullying is it really is all-encompassing and it follows you everywhere. When I was bullied in middle school, I would go home and I could forget about it for a while. But now, kids go home and they've got their computers, their cell phones, their social networking website, and the bullying really follows them home.
Things that are happening in that electronic world, and they can take so many forms. And it always comes back to the word bullying too. As far as the word bullying, is it bullying? Is it inappropriate behavior? And so that there's specific definitions around cyberbullying, around bullying, because it's a power over thing. It's long and it's usually has a long and a course of time that happens for that cyberbullying. It's usually not just an isolated incident. So cyberbullying often is something that's happening continually, happen often to a particular person.
I had an ex who just always stalked my blog, stalked my Snapchat, stalked my Twitter, Facebook, everything. If I would block him, he'd create new accounts, and there's just basically nothing I could do.
Often, the student that is the victim of it, once they report it, and then we talk to the person that's doing the bullying or doing the attacking or things along that side, they didn't even realize how significant their behavior was. And it's significant. I think it's easy in cyberbullying, or anytime you're sitting on a computer in a bedroom, when you're sitting on a phone, you're sitting things, I think it becomes pretty easy to attack people in many different ways.
I guess what I'm trying to get across is cyberbullying is still a pretty big issue, and you can't just shut the computer to get away from it. It's still there. And if you are being flooded with hate comments, yeah, you can shut the computer, but when you open it back up, then they're just going to keep coming in.
It used to be at one point, if you went on and texted somebody or you tweeted something or did things like that outside the school day, it was something we wouldn't deal with. Now, it might have been a police action. We tried to help a student if reported, but not happening during the school day often didn't mean school consequences. That's changed with new bullying policy and legislation, I should say. And so it does have an impact. It can be impactful, and it can be disciplined if it happens outside of school now too. So that does up it.
What do you think is the best way to deal with cyberbullying? Like, how can we prevent it?
I think, it's always, you're going to get from an education, right? And I think that's a big part of it, is that how we educate and how do we help people understand it. It is also, when it happens, it needs to be reported. Because often if it's not reported, we can't deal with it, then it continues. And often when we deal with the person, whether it was, again, that line between, is it bullying, is it going on, is it intent, is it power over, is it all, as opposed to, inappropriate behavior and not happening very often, it is to be able to talk to that person, educate them, and not to, if there's consequences, sure, there'll be consequences, but it's to educate them and help them to understand how impactful that behavior is. So I think is having it reported more consistently, and then being able to deal with the people that are doing it.
And so all of us have an obligation to think about how we're treating other people. And what we may think is funny or cute may end up being powerfully hurtful.